Konnichiwa minasan. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japani YouTube channel. This is a place where we talk about Japan, the Japanese language, and Japanese culture. Today is lesson 70 of the series Japanese for Beginners. And the topic of today's lesson is particle A and verbs that describe the actions of going and coming. That is iku, kuru, kaeru. For example, Tokyo e ikimasu. Friends, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so that whenever we upload a new video, you get instant notification. The URL is pretty simple, youtube.com/at Saraljapani. That is SARALJAPANI. For the videos of all the previous lessons posted so far, do visit the playlists section of this channel and click on this playlist, Japanese Lessons for Beginners. Under this playlist, you will find all the lessons posted so far, that is all the previous 69 lessons and this lesson 70 as well. So let's start today's lesson. Lesson 70, particle A and verbs iku, kuru, kaeru. That is to go, to come, to return home. Tokyo e ikimasu. This is our well-known or the most familiar chart of Japanese particles. The green ones, the green highlighted ones are those which we have already done, we have already covered in this series, and some of these four have also been covered with some respect, but they have more than one application, so it's the complete thing is yet to be covered. Today we are going to study the A particle, which indicates movement towards or towards a certain destination. As I had told you in a previous lesson that the ni particle has several applications or several meanings or several usages. So we studied how ni is used along with time expressions, that is at. We have studied how ni is used to represent at. That is, it is used with time expressions. So today it will again come into picture, but not as at, but as to. So we will not be discussing this aspect of ni particle, but since this is quite similar to the a particle, so there will be some explanation to that. So basically, the ni particle is closely related to the a particle when it comes to describe a destination or a place. So from that respect, we have to closely look at the difference between a and ni. So we will cover that. So let's move forward. In today's lesson, we shall mainly focus on the a particle. However, below components of Japanese grammar will also be touched upon. As I said, ni particle and the verbs ikimasu, which means to go, kimasu, to come, kaerimasu, to go or return to one's own native place or country, and modorimasu, which means to return as in general. So the root verbs of ikimasu is iku, kimasu is kuru, kaerimasu is kaeru, and modorimasu is modoru. The a particle is used with motion verbs such as iku or ikimasu, which means to go somewhere, kuru, kimasu, to come or have come, kaeru, kaerimasu, to return to one's own home or native place or one's own country. A particle points towards a definite direction or towards a definite destination. So A is used in front of these motion verbs to indicate direction towards that particular destination which is mentioned in this sentence. For example, mainichi gakko e ikimasu. Mainichi gakko e ikimasu. Mainichi means daily or every day. Gakko is school. Ikimasu is to go. That means I go to school every day. So ikimasu is to go and a ikimasu is to go in that direction. In which direction? Towards the direction of the school. So watashi wa mainichi gakko e ikimasu. I go to school every day, or I go to school daily. So this is how the a particle is used between the place, gakko in this case, and ikimas, the verb. That means the a particle connects the destination of the or the place with the verb. That means to go towards that particular destination or towards that particular place. Tanaka-san wa ashita uchi e kimasu. So note the difference here. This is kimas. As I said, kimas means to come. So this means you are at a certain position. Suppose you are at your home or in a certain particular place, and someone is coming to your place. Someone is coming to your place. But and also, if you have come from somewhere, then also you can use this verb kimas. For example, we often say indo kara kimashita. That means I have come from India. So I am already in Japan, and I'm saying that I have come from India. So in that case, I won't be using ikimas, but I will be using kimas. That is the past tense of kimas, which is kimashita. So, Indo kara kimashita, I have come from India. Here in this example, Tanaka-san wa ashita uchie uchie kimasu, not ikimas, it's kimas. Tanaka-san wa ashita uchie kimasu. That means Tanaka-san, tomorrow Tanaka-san will come to our house or come to my house. So, uchie kimasu means since I am the speaker and I am speaking for Tanaka-san, so I am the speaker and Tanaka-san is going to come to my house. Although it's not explicitly mentioned that my house, uchi means house. So since I am referring to kimas, that means someone has to come to the place from where this sentence is being said. So this sentence is being said by me and I am at my home. So that's why Tanaka-san wa ashita uchi e kimasu. That means Tanaka-san will come to my house tomorrow. So this is the difference between ikimasu and kimasu. Ikimasu is to go somewhere or to go in some direction, and kimasu is to come to my place. Next is kaerimasu. Watashi wa raigetsu kunie kaerimasu. Now, I had mentioned earlier, kaerimasu is used when someone goes to his own or someone returns back to his own country or native place or the native village. So, watashi wa raigetsu kunie kaerimasu. This means I will next month, raigetsu is next month. So, I will return back to my country next month. Watashi wa raigetsu kuni e kaerimasu. Kuni means country. So I will return back to my country next month. Raigetsu is next month. Watashi wa raigetsu kuni e kaerimasu. So this is the difference between ikimasu, kimasu, kaerimasu. Ikimasu means simply to go. Kimasu means to come. And the speaker is at that place and either he is returning he has come to that place from somewhere or someone else is coming to that place. Someone else is coming to his place. Here Tanaka-san, for example. And kaerimas is to return back to one's own home country. There is a fourth one as well, which is modorimasu, which means someone has gone from, suppose, a particular place, someone has gone somewhere, and then he returns back to that place. So it is not his native place, but he has gone, suppose from London, the person has gone from London to San Francisco, and from San Francisco he returns back to London. Then in that case, modorimas will be the verb. So ikimas, kimas, kaerimas, and modorimas. These are the four motion verbs which are used, and with all of these, we use this a particle to indicate the direction to which or from which the person is coming or going. So with that introduction, we now move forward. And before we look at some examples of conversations, let's look at the difference between a and ni particles. So I already told you, or I would say in the last lesson, we discussed about ni particle and it was used in relation to the time expressions. But today we are discussing about going or coming verbs and the directions. So in this case, both a and ni particle indicates destination or a place. And there is a, believe me, there is a hell lot of confusion between these two particles when it comes to indicate a destination. In many situations, they may be used interchangeably because there is a very fine or uh, very fine line of separation between the two, which many a times goes unnoticed by the speaker. However, it is very important to understand their fundamental difference. Like, what's the fundamental difference between a and ni particle, and especially ni particle when it comes to indicate a destination? So a particle was originally the particle that describes a direction, while ni was used to indicate a place and a destination. That means a is more about the path to the destination or the direction of the destination or towards the destination, while ni is more about the destination itself. That means A emphasizes on the journey or path to the destination, whereas ni emphasizes on the destination, places, or times. So if we take this phrase, kurumani jonoru, kurumani jonoru, that means to get into the car, it is correct to use ni particle. This is because Jonoru describes an instantaneous action which does not leave much room for a journey, that is to go towards some place. So we won't say I am going towards the direction of the car, but I am just going into the car. So car is the destination and there is no point of talking about the direction or the path towards the car. So here we cannot use the a particle. So kurumae jonoru is incorrect in this case. In this case, kurumani jonoru is correct one. So the particle ni, which describes an action in relation to a place or time, is the correct choice. And a is generally used when we talk about a certain place or destination which is at some distance, which is far away, where it will take some time to reach. So we are going towards that direction. And in that case, a is used. For example, Tokyo e ikimasu. That means I will go to Tokyo or I am going to Tokyo. So this is the fundamental difference between a and ni particle when talking about a destination. So now let's look at a very simple but very important conversation between two persons, Das-san and Tanaka-san, our favorite Tanaka-san. So let's see what is this conversation all about. First, we will use the Japanese version and then I will explain each sentence in English. Das-san, Tanaka-san, 出張はいつからですか？ Tanaka-san, 明日からです。どこへ行きますか？長崎へ行きます。いつ戻りますか？来月の5日です。あ、私は5日に国へ帰ります。そして5月の9日に戻ります。ああ、そうですか。So, this is the conversation between Das-san and Tanaka-san. So, you might have understood some of the portions of that and some might have gone over your head. So no worries, I will explain each of these things in detail in the subsequent slides. So let me read this conversation one more time so that you are more comfortable with this. So Das-san, Tanaka-san. Das-san says, Tanaka-san, 出張はいつからですか？明日からです。どこへ行きますか？長崎へ行きます。いつ戻りますか？来月の5日です。来月の5日です。来月5日。あ、私は5日に国へ帰ります。そして5月の9日に戻ります。ああ、そうですか。So now let's look at the explanation of this conversation. The first line is, Das-san says, Tanaka-san, 出張はいつからですか? Now, shucho is a new word that we have encountered for the first time today in this series. So shucho means an official tour. Official tour is generally referred to as shucho in Japanese. So shucho wa itsukara desu ka means Mr. Tanaka, when is the official tour from? Like when you are going on the official tour. The meaning is like that. So Mr. Das is asking Mr. Tanaka, when is his official tour from? Ashita kara desu. That means it's from tomorrow. Very simple. Ashita kara desu. It's from tomorrow. Then Das-san asks, Doko e ikimasu ka? So now you know doko means where. Doko e ikimasu ka? So this portion we have studied today. E ikimasu ka? That means now you should be knowing the meaning of this. Where are you going to? Doko e ikimasu ka? Doko means where. E ikimasu ka is going to. So where are you going to? So the official tour is from tomorrow. The next question is, where are you going to? Doko e ikimasu ka? Nagasaki e ikimasu. Very simple. Going to Nagasaki. We are going to Nagasaki this time. Nagasaki e ikimasu. We are going to Nagasaki. Itsu modorimasu ka? So now the next question of Das-san is, when are you returning back? When will you return? Modorimasu, as I told you, it's a general verb that indicates the return to the same place. Since it was the first question was, where are you going? Doko e ikimasu ka? So now when the same question becomes the question of returning back, then it will be using modorimasu. So it will not be kaerimasu, it will not be kimasu, but it will be modorimasu. So itsu modorimasu ka? That is, when will you return? So doko is where and itsu is when. Raigetsu no itsuka desu. Now raigetsu, just look at this. This is the kanji of rai, which means next. Raigetsu, getsu means month and rai means next. So next month no itsuka. Itsuka is nothing but the fifth day of the month. So you can see here, this is go, that is 5, and this is the nichi. That means fifth day of the month, fifth day of the next month. Raigetsu no itsuka. Raigetsu no itsuka. That means the fifth day of next month. Raigetsu no itsuka desu. That means the fifth of next month. That means when will you return? The fifth of next month. Tanaka-san replies. Ah, watashi wa itsuka ni kuni e kaerimasu. そして5月の9日に戻ります. So this sentence, there is an exclamation in the beginning. Ah, that means Das-san is surprised. Das-san is surprised because he is returning back to his country on the 5th, and he will return on the 9th of May. So this is basically an expression of surprise. Ah, that means he is shocked and he is bit sad as well, because before before Tanaka-san returns from the official tour, Mr. Das is leaving for his country. So that's why he is a bit surprised with sorrow that watashi wa itsuka ni kunie kaerimasu. So I am returning back to my country on the 5th. Soshite means and. Gogatsu means the 5th month. That means May, the month of May. Gogatsu no kokonoka. Kokonoka is the 9th day of the month. So we have studied all these when we discussed about the date and the months and the days. So all these we have studied earlier. So you can go back into the playlist and search for those lessons. Gogatsu no kokonoka means May month's 9th day. That means 9th of May. So I will return on 9th May. Modorimasu, that means I will return back. So watashi wa itsuka ni kunie kaerimasu. So now here you can see there is usage of both kaerimasu and modorimasu. So kaerimasu is used instead of ikimasu because Das son or Mr. Das is returning to his own home country. He is going to his own home country, which may be India. From the surname, it appears that Mr. Das is from India and he is going to his country, his native country. So instead of ikimas, kaerimas will be used here. So watashi wa itsuka ni kunie kaerimasu. I am going to my country and I will return. So now the return becomes modorimasu. So ikimas and kaerimas are used accordingly, and modorimas is always used to express the return back to the same place. So watashi wa itsuka ni kunie kaerimasu, soshite 5月の9日に戻ります. So, and the conversation ends with Tanaka-san saying, "Ah, so desu ka." That means here this is not any exclamation, but he just acknowledges that, oh, is it so? So although it ends with ka, and this is a interrogation kind of thing, but there is no answer needed for this question. So it is not a question or an interrogation as such. This is just an expression that, oh, is it so? Or I see. We see like we say like this. Oh, I see. You are returning back on the 9th of May. Oh, I see. Ah, so desu ka. Is it so? Okay, now I get it. So this kind of meaning it gives. So this was a very simple conversation between two persons involving ikimas, modorimas, kaerimas. Hope you have understood this. You can again go back and go through this conversation. So few more examples. This is Honda-san. Honda-san this time. So what he says, Honda-san, Ashita doko e ikimasu ka? So very simple. Now you will understand this. Ashita doko e ikimasu ka? That means tomorrow. Where are you going to? Where are you going tomorrow? Tanaka-san says, Dobutsuen e ikimasu. Dobutsuen e ikimasu. So Dobutsuen means zoo. We are going to the zoo. Dobutsuen e ikimasu. We are going to the zoo. So some similar answers may be Depato e ikimasu. We are going to the departmental store. So here you can see katakana because depato, departmental store, is a foreign word. Depato is a foreign word. So depato e ikimasu. We are going to the departmental store. Tomodachi no uchi e ikimasu. Tomodachi means friend. Uchi means house. So we are going to the friend's house. So like this, there can be like many answers. So you can practice using such answers. So the question was, Ashita doko e ikimasu ka? Where are you going tomorrow? We are going to the zoo. Dobutsuen e ikimasu. We are going to the departmental store. Depato e ikimasu. We are going to the friend's house. Tomodachi no uchi e ikimasu. So if we want to summarize what we have studied, then you will see that in each of these examples, we had the time verb or the time adverb or the time expression and ni particle with relation to the time expression as applicable. Then we have the place or the destination. Then we have this particle a, and then finally we have the verb, which may be in past tense, present tense, in affirmative or in negative. So we can make various sentences by using combinations of all these. For example, watashi wa ashita depato e ikimasu. That means tomorrow I will go to the departmental store. Asatte watashi wa tomodachi no uchi e ikimasen. That means day after tomorrow I will not go to my friend's house. Ikimasen, it is the negative one. So asatte, day after tomorrow. Watashi wa I, tomodachi no uchi, friend's house, e ikimasen, won't go. Asatte tomodachi no uchi e ikimasen. I won't go to my friend's house day after tomorrow. Nichiyobi ni Tokyo e Nichiyobi ni Tokyo e kaerimasu. That means I will, so Tokyo is my native place, it's my hometown, it's my home city. So I can use kaerimasu in this case. So Nichiyobi ni Tokyo e kaerimasu. I will go to my hometown Tokyo on Sunday. Nichiyobi is Sunday and we can use ni particle. So we have discussed this in detail in the previous lesson. So please go back to that lesson to understand in which scenarios ni will be used in front of the time expression and in which cases it won't be used. Nichiyobi ni Tokyo e kaerimasu. I will return to Tokyo. I will go to Tokyo, which is my home country, which is my home city, in fact, on Sunday. Watashi wa raigetsu Indo e ikimasu. So next month I will go to India. So in this way you can form different sentences using this same structure and pattern. So for practice purpose, you can add to this list, you can add to this list, you can add to this list. Similarly, you can use modorimasu as well and kimasu as well. So let's look at some more examples for practice. What is this? Itsu rondo ne ikimasu ka? That means itsu means when, rondon it is written in katakana, that means this is London. Ikimasu ka that means going. So when are you going to London? Itsu rondo ne ikimasu ka? When are you going to London? Raishu no 15 nichi desu. Raishu. So rai, as we saw, it means next. Raigetsu, which means next month, and raishu means next week. So next week, no, jugo nichi. Jugo, you already know it's 15. So the 15th of next month. When are you going to London? Raishu no jugo nichi desu. That means the 15th of next month. Oh, sorry, next week. Sorry. So Raigetsu is next month. Raishu is next week. So Raishu no jugo nichi means the 15th of next week. So next week, 15th. If not, it's not the 15th of next week, but basically, yeah, it's 15th of next week. But since we have like 7 days a week, right? So it doesn't make much sense. But yeah, the meaning is that it's next week and the date is the 15th. Nan nichi ni kaerimasu ka? That means nan nichi means which date are you returning? What day will you be back? Now here why kaerimasu is used, because it is understood that uh, Tanaka-san is from Japan, right? He's from that native place, is the same native place as of Honda-san. So that's why Honda-san is saying nan nichi ni kaerimasu ka. So here kaerimasu can be used instead of modorimasu, because both are natives of Japan and both are Japanese, both are discussing. So they are discussing. So kaerimasu can be used because it is the home country for both and especially for Tanaka-san. What day will you be back? Which date are you returning? Nan nichi ni kaerimasu ka? 18 nichi ni kaerimasu. 18 nichi, that means 18th day of the month. So 18th. I will return on the 18th. 18 nichi ni kaerimasu. Or just you can say 18 nichi desu. That means on the 18th. So desu ka? Now Honda-san just acknowledges so desu ka. So this is not a question but an expression to acknowledge this answer. Oh, I see. Or is that so? So friends, this was all about a particle and verbs indicating motion, that is iku or ikimasu, kuru or kimasu, modoru, modorimasu, and kaeru or kaerimasu. So we have seen how a particle is used in front of these verbs to indicate the direction of the particular destination. So we will learn more about verbs and some other particles in the subsequent lessons as well. So that's all for today. Do subscribe to this channel if you like this video, and we will meet again next time. So till then, arigato gozaimasu. Mata imashou.